Yo! Here on the, where am I? Eastern Nebraska, going into Grand Island, man. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at all these green fields, crops, and cows, and look at all them cows hanging out. So, I was thinking about something today. Thinking about the Serenity Prayer. And when it first clicked, I would say the Serenity Prayer, every time I was in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, but I wouldn't really sit down and listen to myself say the words or just think about the words. All I would say was, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And one day it clicked. I was having a hard time kind of dealing with people, places, and things, and and I was sitting in a meeting one day, and I was like, shit, I know what it means now. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, right? I can tell you this, when I'm running the show, when I'm trying to place the actors into their certain areas that meet my alcoholicism standards, I am not very serene. I can tell you that right now. I'm going crazy in my mind. I can't function. I can't concentrate. I cannot focus. And when I'm doing this on a regular basis, it becomes a norm for me, and I don't realize how unfocused and how spiritually unfocused I can get when I'm trying to run the show. And the Serenity Prayer, when I think about it, it takes me back to steps 1, 2, and 3. If I'm not serene, I am definitely powerless. Step 1. If I'm not serene in any kind of situation, if I'm trying to control any situation, I'm definitely not powerless over anything. I have no power over it. Hold on, let me get my train of thought. Yes, and definitely my life at that point in time is very unmanageable. It's just how it goes. And if there's any alcoholics out there that are listening, let me know. Is it the same for you? I'm pretty sure it is. If you're an alcoholic like me, I'm sure it is. And when I'm running the show, I'm definitely my own higher power. Whatever my intent is, whatever I'm trying to rearrange to formulate to, or according to my standards, whatever it is I'm trying to do, whatever I'm trying to achieve, that thing I'm trying to achieve is my higher power. Right? And I'm definitely not centered into God's will. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. I can't change people, places, and things. I cannot. I can't change anyone. I can't change anything. I can't change the laws. I can't change the Democrats or the Republicans. I can't change nothing. God, grant me the courage to change the things that I can. So what can I change? In the grand scheme of things, what can I change? Nothing. I can't change nothing but myself and how I react to these things. Right? And when I think of this portion of the prayer, I think of step 4 through 9. Okay? There's a reason why I'm trying to run the show. I have to understand why I'm trying to run the show. And until I completely understand why I'm trying to run shit, I will never ever get the serenity that I want. Which is happiness, joyfulness, freedom of self. So I have to dive deeper into the 4th step and figure out what's going on with me. Why I do what I do. Why I'm trying to change people, places, and things. When I'm trying to change people, places, and things, fear is involved. I mean, worry, impatience. Those are the 3 pillars of mine that erect my ism. And I have to understand. Perfect example is, I'm here on the road. Earlier, I had my truck just stopped. All the electric equipment just stopped on the side of the road, or not on the side, while I was driving. And luckily, I was on a shoulder, or next to a pretty good sized shoulder, and I couldn't change that. And I had to hurry up and recognize what the next step was going to be in my mind. Either be patient or not patient. And when I'm out here on the road, there's one thing at stake. My finances. My finances are at stake. And I have to get from point A to point B in a certain amount of time. Otherwise, I'm not going to get paid and I'm going to get reprimanded. And so, yeah, if I'm not spiritually fit, I'm going to become fearful and impatient here on the road and start speeding and start tailgating people and start doing dumb shit. So I can't change things. I could not change my truck breaking down a while ago. And actually, I just moved around some cables in my battery box and just sick. All right. Back on the road again. Anyways, I can't change things, and I have to learn to remain calm and take a deep breath and meditate and pray and just trust that God knows what He's doing with me. So the only thing I can do is change me. After I did my 4th step work, I started to learn more and more about myself, and as time went on, I had to do more 4th steps, and I continued to do more and more 4th steps, 4th step after 4th step, and what it all boiled down to was my natural God-given instincts will take a toll on me if I'm not spiritually fit, if I'm not continuing to do what I need to do, which is the step work, the 4th step work. And if I'm not doing this work out here on the road, I'm definitely going to drink because I'm not going to meetings. So I'm constantly doing step work in my mind or on paper. So it's important to do this step work so we can learn to understand why we do the things we do, or at least me. I don't want to talk at anyone. It's important for me to do the step work so I can understand why I do the things I do, so I can ultimately obtain serenity. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And that's just it. Everything I explained. I can't change people, places, and things. The only thing I can change is myself. And the way I change myself is by doing the necessary action, the work involved in learning about myself, so I can figure out why I do what I do and enact some change. Because when I figure out why I do what I do and I learn, I've already taken the pill. Like on Matrix. Once I've learned about myself, it's my responsibility to make the changes. If I don't make the changes, then it's back to drinking. And I think even sooner than later, once I really start to learn. And I'm not going to go back to drinking. And I'm definitely not going to use other things. I'm not going to dive into my God-given natural instincts as a pick-me-up. So, I hope I've made sense. And that's what I was thinking about the Serenity Prayer and what it means to me. I just thought I would talk about this and some nice scenery. It's pretty beautiful out here. I was in going through Minnesota, man. Minnesota has a whole lot of wetlands and lakes and rivers, and it's very beautiful. And this green is my favorite color. That's one of the reasons why I love springtime, is because there's just so much green, and of course it's life. Springtime, life is abundant, life is growing. Of course you can see the bug guts on my windshield. Unfortunate for those guys, they got to get in my way. The other day, a light bug smashed up on my window, and I got to see his his life force slowly fade. Poor guy. But anyways, that's what I got for now. If you're new to the program, keep doing what your sponsor's telling you to do. If you don't have a sponsor, get one. Get the big book, start reading it, page to page, front to back. Pray, meditate. If you don't have a higher power, do something higher than yourself. If you want my higher power would be more than happy to assist you along your journey. And my higher power is Jesus Christ. And I truly believe that my higher power is okay with you imagining your own higher power, as long as it's imagined with love and patience and kindness and all the other great things that AA is teaching us, showing us, and helping us to become. So I believe my higher power, Jesus Christ, is in all forms of love. The doorknob that you walk through into the Alcoholics Anonymous, that's love. Worship that for now if you want. The group in Alcoholics Anonymous, that's love. That's peace, that's patience, that's kindness. Get her done. Take it easy.